It's something few men over 70 talk about openly, but many think about it every single day. That moment when the body doesn't respond the way it used to. You want to feel desire, but what used to be firm and confident now feels weak, unreliable, or gone too soon. And the worst part? It's not just about sex. It's about feeling alive, feeling like you. Now, imagine you're sitting across from your doctor, someone who's been seeing men like you for decades. You're nervous, maybe even a little embarrassed. You've tried the blue pills, the herbal supplements, maybe even a few miracle remedies you saw online. None of them really worked. And then your doctor leans forward, lowers his voice, and says, "Let me tell you about a simple vitamin trick that's helping my senior patients get stronger, fuller erections naturally." That doctor is Dr. Nolan Easton, a men's health specialist who's been treating older men for more than 30 years. He's calm, reassuring, and speaks like someone who truly understands what aging does to the male body, not just physically, but emotionally. Dr. Easton often says, at 70, your body doesn't stop working, it just stops being heard. What he means is that the signals your body sends, like those that trigger arousal or blood flow, start to get weaker. The pathways still exist, but the energy and nutrients that power them have declined. And this is where his vitamin trick comes in. One of his patients, a retired engineer named Harold, came to him after years of frustration. Harold was 74, still sharp as ever, and deeply in love with his wife of 48 years. But intimacy had become something they avoided, mostly because it just didn't work anymore. Harold had tried medication, but it made his heart race. He tried exercise, but it didn't seem to help where he wanted it most. When he met Dr. Easton, he said something that stuck with the doctor for years. "Doc, I don't need to be 25 again. I just want to feel like a man again." Dr. Easton smiled because he'd heard that same line from hundreds of men. And that's when he shared a small but powerful piece of advice, a way to use a specific combination of vitamins that support nitric oxide production, testosterone signaling, and blood vessel elasticity. It's not a pill from the pharmacy, but a natural way to wake up the body's ability to respond. You see, as Dr. Easton explains, erections are not just about testosterone, they're about circulation. And circulation is deeply tied to nutrition. When you hit your 70s, your arteries lose flexibility, your blood carries fewer nutrients, and your cells become less sensitive to hormonal messages. But the right vitamins, taken in the right way, can reignite that sensitivity. One of his key insights came years ago while studying older patients with cardiovascular issues. He noticed that men who had better levels of certain vitamins, especially B-complex, vitamin D, and a few rare micronutrients, not only had stronger hearts, they also reported better sexual performance. At first, he thought it was coincidence, but the pattern repeated again and again. That's when he began testing his under-the-tongue vitamin trick. It's a method that allows these nutrients to bypass the digestive system and go directly into the bloodstream fast. This was a game changer for men like Harold, whose absorption was poor due to age-related gut issues. After about 6 weeks, Harold returned to Dr. Easton's office with a grin. "Doc, something's happening down there. It's not like before, but it's there again." His wife had noticed too. Their evenings, once filled with quiet distance, became close and warm again. That's the kind of transformation Dr. Easton sees often now. Men who thought it was over, realizing that the body still has potential when given the right support. And it's not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming strength, connection, and confidence in the years that matter most. If you're watching this and thinking, that sounds like me, you're not alone. Thousands of men over 70 feel the same way. Some believe their best days are behind them, but Dr. Easton says otherwise. Your body hasn't given up. It's just waiting for you to give it what it needs to work again. Now, before we go deeper into how this vitamin trick works and how to use it safely, I want to take a moment to say something important. If you've made it this far, that means you care about your health, your energy, and your manhood. That's something to be proud of. So, if this message speaks to you, take a second to tap that like button. It helps us reach more seniors who need to hear this message. And if you're curious about Dr. Easton's advice, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon, because he reads the comments personally and uses your feedback to shape what he shares next. In Part 2, Dr. Easton begins to explain exactly how this vitamin trick supports those key systems, and what every man over 70 should know before trying it for himself. But for now, take a deep breath and remember this. Your body still listens. You just have to speak its language again. When Dr. Nolan Easton talks about aging, he doesn't use the word decline. He prefers the word transition. He believes the male body doesn't simply lose its function, it shifts its priorities. In youth, the body spends energy on reproduction and performance. In older age, it redirects that energy to survival, healing, and maintaining balance. But with a little help, he says, that balance can be tipped back towards vitality. And yes, sexual strength too. Let's go back to Harold, the retired engineer who had lost confidence in the bedroom. When Dr. Easton first saw him, Harold's main problem wasn't low testosterone, even though he thought it was. It was poor circulation. His arteries were sluggish, his energy levels were low, and he was lacking the key nutrients that power blood flow. Dr. Easton explained it like this: your blood is the delivery truck, and your vitamins are the fuel. If your blood vessels are tired and your fuel tank is empty, the truck's not making it to its destination. He started Harold on a sublingual mix of vitamins designed to boost nitric oxide, the compound responsible for widening blood vessels. Nitric oxide acts like a signal flare that tells the smooth muscles in your arteries to relax, allowing blood flow to flow freely. Without enough of it, even the strongest desire can't translate into a physical response. One of the key vitamins in Dr. Easton's method is a special form of vitamin B3, also known as niacin. It's been shown to improve vascular function and increase the body's ability to release nitric oxide naturally. When taken under the tongue, it enters the bloodstream quickly and begins to open up those narrow highways that lead to better circulation. But that's just part of the equation. Dr. Easton also adds vitamin D3, which helps balance testosterone and supports muscle tone, including the muscles that control blood flow to the penis. Many seniors are low in vitamin D without even realizing it, especially those who spend less time in the sun. Restoring those levels often leads to better mood, better sleep, and improved physical response. Then there's vitamin B12, which he calls the spark plug. B12 helps your blood cells carry oxygen more efficiently, giving your tissues, including the ones that control erections, the fuel they need to respond. Dr. Easton always says the key isn't just the vitamins themselves, but how they're taken. When men swallow them, most of those nutrients get lost in the digestive process. By placing the liquid or meltable tablets under the tongue, absorption happens directly into the bloodstream. It's like skipping the toll booth, he tells his patients with a smile. You get there faster, and you don't lose as much on the way. After about a month of using the vitamin mix, Harold began noticing subtle changes. His morning energy improved. He started walking more, sleeping better, and even his wife commented that he looked more alert. The improvements in blood flow don't just affect one area, they help the entire body feel younger. And then came the night when everything changed. Harold told Dr. Easton that it had been years since he'd woken up in the middle of the night with an erection. It happened suddenly. He didn't expect it, but it filled him with a quiet confidence he hadn't felt in a long time. "It's working," he said, softly. "I can tell my body remembers how." Moments like that, Dr. Easton says, are what keep him passionate about helping men in their 70s and beyond. Because what's often missing isn't capability. It's the body's reminder of how to respond. Now, Dr. Easton always cautions his patients that this isn't a quick fix or a magic bullet. It's a gradual rebuilding of the body's natural rhythm. It works best when combined with small, consistent habits that improve circulation. Gentle movement.
When Dr. Nolan Easton says, "You reminded your body how to live again," he's talking about something deeper than chemistry. He's talking about memory. Not the kind in your mind, but the memory in your cells. Every man's body holds a kind of blueprint for vitality, the same one it used when you were 25. It doesn't vanish with age, it just gets buried under stress, poor nutrition, and time. He explains it simply. Your body never forgets how to be strong. It just needs the right nudge to remember. For men over 70, that nudge often comes from the right combination of nutrients, circulation, and mindset. And when those three align, something powerful happens. The body reawakens. Let's revisit George, the retired pilot who said he felt awake again after starting Dr. Easton's vitamin routine. What made his case fascinating wasn't just his improved energy. It was how his entire physiology shifted. His hands were warmer, his breathing deeper, and his sleep sounder. His blood flow tests even showed marked improvement. But here's the key. George's success wasn't from vitamins alone. It was because he changed how he thought about his body. Dr. Easton coached him to start viewing his health like an airplane that needs regular checks, not waiting for something to break before fixing it. That change in mindset is critical for men in their 70s. Many grew up believing you just tough it out. You don't talk about weakness, you don't talk about performance issues. But Dr. Easton says that silence is one of the biggest reasons men lose their vitality sooner than they should. He's seen men walk into his office defeated, ashamed, and convinced their time is up. And after just a few weeks of small, consistent changes, sublingual vitamins, better hydration, and gentle movement, they walk out feeling hopeful again. That hope, he says, is what gets the blood moving again. Now, one thing Dr. Easton emphasizes is that the vitamin trick isn't about flooding your system with supplements. It's about targeted nourishment. The vitamins he recommends aren't meant to replace testosterone or act like medication. Instead, they work like a support crew, repairing the foundations so your natural systems can function properly. He describes it like fixing a classic car. You don't rebuild the entire engine. You clean the parts, replace what's worn, and give it the right fuel. And once that engine starts humming again, he smiles, it's amazing how smooth the ride feels. That's why he teaches his patients to take the vitamins slowly and consistently, always under the tongue, usually in the morning. Morning is when the body's hormonal system naturally peaks. Supporting it at that time helps align the day's energy and mood. Dr. Easton recalls another story. Frank, a 79-year-old retired firefighter. He had lost interest in intimacy after years of medications that made him feel numb. His blood work showed deficiencies in B vitamins and magnesium, both essential for nerve function and blood flow. After 6 weeks of following the sublingual vitamin method, Frank reported something unexpected. He said, "It's not just my body that feels alive. It's my confidence. I actually look forward to the day again." That's when Dr. Easton leaned back in his chair and said, "Frank, that's what vitality is. Not just function, aliveness." You see, as blood flow improves and nutrients circulate more efficiently, the body begins to send stronger signals to the brain. Those signals reignite desire, stamina, and mood, and the effect ripples outward to sleep, focus, even digestion. It's all connected. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, this sounds simple, but could it really make that much difference? Dr. Easton would tell you it's the simple things that often make the biggest difference. You don't need an overhaul. You just need consistency. When Dr. Nolan Easton begins his day, he always says a quiet line to himself before seeing his first patient. The body remembers. He believes that no matter how many years have passed, no matter how many setbacks a man has faced, there's always a part of the body that still knows how to be strong, vibrant, and alive. It just needs a little guidance to remember. That's what his work with seniors over 70 is all about, restoring that memory. Not through drugs, not through unrealistic promises, but through nature's own blueprint: nourishment, blood flow, and consistency. When Harold, George, and Frank each came back for their follow-up visits, their stories were different, but the emotion was the same: relief, confidence, joy. It wasn't just about intimacy, it was about getting a part of themselves back. They all said it in their own way: "I feel like me again." And that's what Dr. Easton wants for every man watching. He reminds them that there's a rhythm to the male body. Every cell, every vessel, every hormone works in a dance. But as we age, that rhythm slows down, not because it's broken, but because the music gets quieter. The vitamin trick, as he calls it, is about turning that music back up, giving your body the nutrients, signals, and oxygen it needs to move again in harmony. Now, if you followed along through this video, you already know how powerful small steps can be. The sublingual vitamin approach, the improved circulation, the steady return of energy. These are not coincidences. They're results of consistent care. Dr. Easton always tells his patients that their body is like a garden. If you stop watering it, it doesn't die immediately, it just goes dormant. But start watering again, give it sunlight, and slowly new growth appears. The same is true for your vitality. You don't need to be young again. You just need to feed what's already there. He encourages men to think in terms of daily rituals, not big changes. A few minutes every morning to place the vitamins under the tongue. A few deep breaths while waiting for them to absorb. A short walk afterward to wake up circulation. These habits, when done with intention, send a message to the body: I'm still here. I still care. One of the most inspiring stories he shares is from a patient named Samuel, age 82. He had lost his wife years ago and admitted that after she passed, he stopped taking care of himself. "I just didn't see the point." His energy faded, his confidence disappeared, and his health followed. When Samuel came in, he didn't ask for a miracle. He just wanted to feel like he had purpose again. Dr. Easton started him on the same under-the-tongue vitamin protocol, but more importantly, he gave him a mission: take care of your body as if it's the most loyal friend you've ever had. 2 months later, Samuel came back with tears in his eyes. He wasn't just healthier. He joined a local community center, started walking every morning, and even met someone new. He said, "I didn't think I could feel this way again." Dr. Easton smiled and replied softly, "You didn't heal your body. You woke it up." That's what this video has been all along. Not a quick fix, not a miracle cure, but reconnection. The body and the mind reconnecting. The man and his confidence reconnecting. The partner and the closeness reconnecting. And if you're listening right now thinking it might be too late for you, Dr. Easton would tell you exactly what he tells his patients. Your age doesn't define your ability to change. The moment you decide to care for yourself again, your body listens. So let's make that decision right now, together. Take a deep breath. Feel your chest rise. Feel the air fill your lungs. That's life moving through you. That's the same energy that powers your strength, your focus, your vitality. And with the right nourishment, the right vitamins, the right mindset, that energy can be rekindled. If this message speaks to you, take a second to tap the like button. It lets Dr. Easton know his message is helping men like you. And if you believe that every man over 70 deserves to feel strong again, type yes in the comments below. Dr. Easton reads them personally, and every yes tells him another man out there hasn't given up. And remember to subscribe and tap the bell icon, because Dr. Easton continues to share more senior-friendly advice to help you stay active, vibrant, and confident in every chapter of life. Before we close, Dr. Easton often tells one last story to every new patient. Years ago, he treated a man who said, "Doc, I'm too old for this." The man had accepted decline as inevitable. But after a few months of the vitamin method and a change in habits, he came back smiling, saying, "I was wrong. My body had more left in it than I thought."